In an abstract way, every action game is a puzzle game. The developers use terrain and enemy placement to allow the player to survey the battlefield and make the right moves in the right order to survive each encounter successfully. The difference is speed. In a game like Doom Eternal, these decisions on how to successfully clear an area full of monsters have to be made in milliseconds, one decision after another, with changes on the fly depending on how the last decision played out. In the original Doom games, knowing when and where to find health, ammo, and armor was part of the puzzle as well. In Doom Eternal, the player no longer has to look for these items, although they are still scattered around, as they can use a glory kill, their chainsaw, or their flamethrower to top up reserves whenever they need it. Clearing an arena speedily due to a successful chain of these split-second decisions can feel exhilarating, but due to the speed of the decision making, it can also be draining. Like its predecessor, Doom Eternal feels best when played in small bursts. When I played Doom 2016, my PC could just run it without exploding. With Doom Eternal, I was able to play on high settings with a constant 60 frames per second. When the smoothness of player movement is backed up by the optimization of the game on my hardware, the anxiety of not giving a game a fair trial due to technical limitations disappears, and I'm able to examine it more closely. One element I never thought would be a factor in a Doom game was how impressed I was with the vistas. In both levels I played, there were times when I would just pause and marvel at the landscape in front of me. I almost want to continue playing the game to see what other beautiful locations await. A criticism of the 2016 Doom was that it was too intense too much of the time. I feel that with the platforming, the collectibles, and small walks between firefights to focus on the environment, Doom Eternal strikes a better balance with its main feature, the high-octane combat. The glory kill system makes its triumphant return in Doom Eternal. Damage an enemy enough and it will flash, allowing the player to press the punch button, execute a gory kill, and shower the level with health. It's just as satisfying, but I struggled against some of the enemy types. Specifically, the Arachnotron and Revenant. Both have long-range weapons that the game advises to take out at a distance. To me, this translated to taking these enemies out at a distance. But then that goes against the idea of getting up close and personal to execute a glory kill. On the other hand, I tried my hardest to keep moving during a lot of the battles, and would often fight enemies right in my face. I felt like I should have been able to assess the targets on the field and take them out on my own terms, and not in a panic. Obviously, as the game goes on, I'd become more adept at handling combat encounters, and possibly more confident too, but it does feel like the ever-escalating enemy combinations are supposed to keep the player on their toes. The Doomslayer is supposed to strike fear into the hearts of demons everywhere, and feeling like I was always on the back foot in a firefight was a disconnect. So, would I recommend Doom Eternal? Yes, especially if you enjoyed Doom 2016. It's taking the let's add more approach to sequels. There's more systems, more lore, bigger arenas, etc. It might be a little too much if I'm being honest, but the core of flailing around an arena fighting monsters was fun. I never fully felt in control, but I kept moving forward, enjoying everything new the game was throwing at me, and that it looked great, sounded great, and ran well helped things along. It also allowed me to engage in some cathartic agency as the planet falls to shit around me. And they say escapism isn't healthy.